If it never sells, then she stands to make nothing. Getting her compensated enough that's reasonable, considering that you guys found us, via our ad on YouTube, and it wasn't through her marketing efforts. Obviously her marketing, whatever she spent on marketing, should be reimbursed, and she should get some money for her time, energy, and effort. But a full 2% commission is reasonable pay for doing the full job, and it wasn't a result of her work, energy, and effort that got it sold. What's up, guys? It's Chris Closes Your Deal with Real Estate Investing Made Easy and Lazarus Property Group. And in this call, we're going to jump on with a seller who we've been going back and forth with on a potential Subto deal. It's in Hemet, California. There's not really a lot of things that we can do other than wrap it. The problem is it's listed, and it is listed quite a bit high. They do have motivation. They're going to Australia. This lead actually came in from Lead Zolo. It's an on-market lead, but it's a Lead Zolo lead. So I don't know if we're going to be able to make something happen, but we're going to take a crack at it, see if we can help them. Our number's going to come in a lot lower where they want to be. So I'm anticipating a no response, but let's see what happens.
Hello.
Hey, Trina, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, apologize about not getting back to you yesterday. Been dealing with all those things. I did get your text message. I've been reviewing it. I've really been trying to just look at every angle and pull everything together possible. My intention is not to offend you or be disrespectful in any way with regards to our number. But I don't really see any other way to make this work. So looking at the figures, there's just not really a lot of ways for us to monetize it. The only thing that we would be able to do realistically is if we came in, we took over the mortgage, and we had a purchase price of basically $500. And then that difference between the mortgage, which is $30, whatever we determine is going to go to the agent that you want to go to the agent, we could figure that out. And then you guys would get the rest of the cash, and then we would pay closing costs on top of that. But again, this is one of those scenarios where we're trying to find somebody that's looking for a permanent home that can't qualify for a traditional mortgage. And we're basically going to underwrite them, put them through, the federal guidelines for mortgage qualification, and we'll manage that, facilitating that, taking care of the payments, everything with them. So I don't know if that even works for you. I know it's a lot lower than where you even have it listed and even where you had texted me, but I think that's really realistically the only way that we'd be able to do anything and make it make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So your offer would be $500, and then additionally paying some commission to our agent, or is that including the money to the agent?
No, that would include the money to the agent.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just so I know what it includes.
And quite frankly, I don't know what your relationship is with the agent. I don't want to presume anything about, her ability, quality, any of those things, right? I'm sure she's a great person and is good at what she does. I don't know, what did she suggest you guys listed it at initially?
It was over 100 days ago when we originally listed it.
Yeah.
So our original price was $629, and we come all the way down to the $6,589, and we're even thinking we're going to have to drop it more because the market just changed so much.
Is that original list price? Is that what she had originally recommended you to list it at?
Yeah. And even the Zillow estimate and things like that they were all around about that price.
Yeah.
So at the time, it even for us seemed good.
Yeah.
Things like that. And then everything is just really starting to drop off.
I gotcha.
And I think she was leaving it to us to decide when we should drop the price or not.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, the area, there's a lot of different components, the market, the area, other comps in the area as well. I would certainly leave it to you to figure out how you want her to be compensated. But if you'd like, I'll share my opinion. It's not the end all be all. I think it might help add clarity for you. If it never sells, then she stands to make nothing. So I'm not proposing she make nothing, but I would say based on, what has transpired and what your guys' needs are, I think getting her compensated enough that's reasonable, considering that you guys found us, via our ad on YouTube, and it wasn't through her marketing efforts. Obviously her marketing, whatever she spent on marketing, should be reimbursed, and she should get some money for her time, energy, and effort. But a full 2% commission is reasonable pay for doing the full job, and it wasn't a result of her work, energy, and effort that got it sold. So take that for what it is, right? Again, I'm not saying she shouldn't get anything and she doesn't deserve anything, but I would just, maybe have that conversation with her, in relation to like what your guys' needs are, because that only leaves like, I think your mortgage balance is roughly about 470. So that only leaves about 30 on the table to figure out,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that totally makes sense to us too. We kind of been talking about that anyway. We will get back to you if this is the way to go.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it'll be enough for us, but we'll obviously if we decide otherwise.
Yeah, no worries. That's fine. If you want to take a couple days and think about it and get back to me, that's totally reasonable. Just out of curiosity, of that offer, what is it about that is the hardest pill to swallow at this point, just initially?
It's the amount of money that we would have in our pocket to take over to Australia with us.
I gotcha.
And when we get there, we need to buy cars. We need to, get the kids in school. We need to, rent a place and get furniture. A lot of outgoing. Not that we're taking that very much at all, but that's the main thing. I don't think we're too bothered about the mortgage is still going to be on our name, and we'll have a contract, and we can manage all that. It's the money in our pocket that, to start with, that's the big thing.
Yeah, think about it, talk to the agent, see what she might be willing to do or what you guys can come up with. Again, I have no problem going to bat with the team and the underwriters to see like, hey, can we push here and try to like, is there anything else that we can do to figure this out and get it closer to making sense? Let's just keep an open dialogue about it. And, if we can make it work, then we will, certainly. And if not, then, we can, just part ways friends and, offer any support that we can along the way.
Okay, that sounds good. That text messages, that's good to know. If I have any more questions, I can always get it out.
So just so you're aware, I think I mentioned it to you before, but there's this new thing federally with texting for businesses where you have to jump through like a million hoops to get like registered and everything. And so like that just hit, I believe it was September 1st is when that like law changed. And now all of the telecommunications providers that businesses use, everybody's scrambling to get everybody like registered. So we've been delayed since the beginning of September. We have not been able to send outbound texts. We can only receive text. So just know we're not actively avoiding your text messages. We just physically cannot send text messages for the business until this is all resolved. It's an absolute nightmare. So I appreciate your patience with that.
No, that's fine. That's good to know.
Awesome. Well, wish you the best while you're thinking about it. Let me know if any questions come up along the way, and pray about it and see what makes sense for you guys.
Sounds good. Thank you for calling me back.
No worries. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So we'll see what happens. Pretty straightforward conversation. She came all the way down in her text message to 540 with 2% commission to the realtor. I don't know if she meant 540 plus 2% commission to the realtor, but I'm down at 500, including 2% commission to the realtor, but quite frankly, I don't think the realtor should get 2% because the realtor didn't sell it. Like they found us, and we negotiated this totally separately. So, I think the realtor deserves something like maybe $5,000, I mean, that's like, hey, you win some and you lose some. Otherwise, if it never sells, she stands to make nothing. She's going to walk away with $0. And if they go below a certain point, their mortgage is 470. So you're going to have at least 2% commission for buyer's agent. So, that to cover that, they need to sell for at least 480 before the listing agent gets paid. Plus there will be some closing costs. So that's probably another 1%. So 485 is like bare minimum for the agent to make nothing. I think it's reasonable for the agent to, take $5,000 and, move on to the next deal. And, she'll get a stellar review from them for helping. And, they're reasonable people. They like her. They want her to get taken care of. They're not trying to take advantage of her. So I think that's probably what would make sense. But, I'm not going to negotiate that. That's between them. They can work that out. So hopefully you guys got value out of this call, and we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys updated. Appreciate you. Peace.